Thank God I get to see it. I was always saying in the trailer analyses that this might be one of my favorite places. I'm just going to be in awe from all of the cherry blossoms. But yes, we finally get to see here 20 minutes of Blossoming Arcadia. And this is coming from IGN's footage, so I will link their original, of course, video in the comments and wherever I can, everything like that. You can see right out the gate, dude does not have a blue onion. Clearly didn't watch my video that I did on how to get the blue onion from the demo. Okay, I don't know if it's the truth that they didn't get it from the demo. This may be like a set, like IGN, Nintendo loves them, of course. I mean, rightly so, right? But anyway, I guess I'm just trying to say that they could have been potentially dropped into this part when they got to play the game, so like a Nintendo employee or whoever's working on it with them when they got to do this preview and obviously record it for all of our benefit, which I appreciate. But yeah, they might have gotten dropped there. So there's a chance that it wasn't this person individually who didn't get the blue onion, but hey, who knows? Baby Snagrit right here is going down, it looks like, as it hops around up and down. He threw all the yellow Pikmin, probably could just charge it, he had so many Pikmin in the squad, he could just straight up charge it, and so obviously lost one right there. And there was the blue crane before the cut, but these cuts are going to let you know that this is something to start expecting. They certainly are going to have like an embargo, an NDA, whatever you want to call it, just that there are certain things that Nintendo's not going to want them to show. Nintendo is great at this, or maybe just notorious for this. They definitely are very careful. And so, hey, let's go ahead and talk about this. You saw the desiccated Skitter leaves, and look at that falling from the ceiling, you guys, a la Pikmin 2, right? You guys, didn't you, some of you guys who've actually played it? I've just read comments, I've just heard, unfortunately, have not played Pikmin 1 and 2, and hey, Pikmin, I'm a Pikmin 3 Pikmin Bloom so far, and obviously Pikmin 4 completing that demo. We saw the Flarlick up there. It looks like they're not going to grab that, at least not yet. Okay, maybe. I'm speaking too soon, right? I think some of the gameplay is going to be a little unpredictable in that we don't know what they are allowed to show and what they can't show and stuff. So, it could be something simple where you're like, wait, why can't they show that? Why can't they do that? We are not in the mind of this journalist who's playing. And by the way, give them some credit and everything, but I saw a funny Reddit post. It was on the Pikmin subreddit. They were saying, but it's these journalists who play it, so that means it's like Dark Souls level difficulty on like every game. Anyway, we actually see, just as this next scene opens up, they've dropped off the ring pop. And I've only seen some of this footage once through, so some of this is like kind of new to me because I was skipping around. But us analyzing it here, this is going to be my full time just seeing it all the way through. I just know that they see the ring pop later on, so that's actually, this is done out of order. Like they are going to do some edits where certain things happen before or after or whatever, so just be expecting that. The ring pop we're going to see on the ground a little bit later. You can also note this by seeing that they had 2660 on their Sparklium total, whereas when we opened up into this ring pop area or whatever, it was 2030, and so obviously they ain't going down at Sparklium. So you guys, I like the purple color right here. I've only tried red and blue myself on any files that I played in the demo, but this level is nice. One thing about it that I kind of like, other than the obvious, which is that it looks great, is that it does look a little bit bigger, just more expansive than Sun-Speckled Terrace, which we played in the Pikmin 4 demo. So for anybody that has played that, hey, there's those wasp dudes. I hate those. Swooping Snitch Bug, I believe, right? You guys, I'm not always the best with enemy names. I'm trying to get better, okay? It's also just trying to keep all this information in your noodle. So here's what I like the best. We're going to actually go slow, or maybe just repeat this and stuff. They've got the radar map right here, and they only do it for a short amount of time. But I like this because, again, they zoom out. Blossoming Arcadia 1% done right here. But we obviously see very close to where they have landed their base right there, and I think that might even be where they start. Like right when you start Blossoming Arcadia for the first time, you've got a dandori battle, so we see it if we haven't already passed it, and I just somehow missed it, but Olaman, you guys want to call it? Not Elmolamar, right? The Elmo Olamar Pikmin Leafling. Him and Moss, they are up there pretty fast. So you see a frost gate. That was actually something that was in the trailers. It was shown kind of in the background, just in a recent Nintendo Channel trailer. But yeah, there's actually two that we can see visibly right here, kind of in the north and kind of in the east. But we also see that there are those little stopwatch icons, the red, and that was in the Pikmin 4 demo where you had to do the trial dandori, so it wasn't like against an actual opponent, right? But you just did the kind of time trials. So it looks like we have two time trial dandori battles that are going to be on here, south, kind of northeast. And so I'm so glad this person brought up the map again, because otherwise we may not really get the lay of the land, I guess. But lots of bridges to build. Like I said, this is much more expansive, in my opinion. I thought Sun-Speckled Terrace actually was a little bit small. And so, hype, you guys, hype. You can obviously see there's a base landing area just kind of off to the side in the distance past this bridge building section. So, electric gate, obviously over there. I think that's where the bearded amp rat is, but we probably see that later when I was skipping around and stuff. I think I saw that. And so right now they're building this bridge. They're building it extremely slowly, and that might be fine if you're going to just explore things, but just if you are completely brand new, most of you guys, I think that watch, well, I don't know, maybe it's about half and half. I was going to say lots of Pikmin veterans and stuff, people that know a lot better than I do, but I can at least tell you from some beginner standpoints, because I played Pikmin 3, like, at least I'm a little bit higher than that. The point is, I was going to say, like, anytime there's sort of a waypoint where you can basically open up transportation, you can open up your movement on the map, get across bridges, break gates and walls and stuff, that stuff I really prioritized in my Pikmin 3 playthroughs. And so, like I say, you can just put a few Pikmin on the task of building that bridge if you would like to, but generally if you do that, I think you would want to be exploring and doing another task. We kind of now call this dandori, right? Is like, how efficient are you being at managing just multiple different tasks, right? Okay, so we got to build the bridge, we also got to defeat this amp rat, we got to get the pellets if you want those, like, so that's what I mean by the dandori of it all. I'm sure you guys know dandori at this point, right? So this dude actually calls them off the pellets, and that's fine. It's just I don't really know fully what they're doing. They're getting a few more reds right here. Again, we can't get in this journalist's mind of what they can show and what their skill level is and stuff. Finally, they do actually use the rush, so that is a good technique. You could see it did most of the damage that they needed here against the amp rat. Bearded amp rat, though, was crazy. Now, before we leave that, did just want to kind of cut over. There does seem to be a buried treasure, and it's marked by this flower, but also the sparkliness that treasure has, sparklium. So there is going to be some sort of treasure down in there, just to the right of the bearded amp rat. Hopefully you guys saw that. So here's these geysers right there, and those are a threat. I remember talking in the very early analyses that I was doing of Pikmin 4, and I was like, hey, are these, water spouts gonna actually be something we can just ride, like a method of transportation, like the geysers in Pikmin 3? But nah, those water spouts, those are definitely a hazard, and you're gonna need your blue Pikmin. So, sometimes people debate the usefulness of blues these days, and I've always said, doesn't matter what Ochi can do, okay? Blue Pikmin are not useless. Like, Ochi is just one being, but you could have 10, 20, a billion blue Pikmin in a cave or something. Like, you could have a ton doing other tasks while Ochi is doing something. So, again, here they go. You're gonna need blues for those little water spouts right here. It's just like how you need reds, to take on the lava and break the stones. And so, as I say, these are out of order. We now have 2340, as I'm just saying it, on our Sparklium. You saw that there was one of the cards up top. Nintendo, actually, a lot of people know this already, but just in case you didn't know the lore, Nintendo, the company, used to be a trading card company, and they actually first honored it in Pikmin Bloom, kind of making a call out to that. So I like that there's like this Pikmin 4 and Pikmin Bloom tie-in, and of course, other than the obvious, you can also get an Ochi costume for all my Pikmin Bloom people, eh? Where's all one of you out there in the audience? But I think, and maybe I'm getting the pronunciation wrong or just sounding extremely non-Japanese when I say it, but the cards were called Hanafuda. Again, really cool. I think we saw with that bell, wasn't that a Dweevil? Again, you guys are going to have to help me, just some of y'all that are more veterans than I, but from previous Pikmin games and stuff. Little yellow spider, essentially, thin legs like that, and it can hide underneath the bell in this cave, and so that's supposed to be, I guess, somewhat of a obstacle for you to beat it, right? You have to use the rush with Ochi to go ahead and get it out of there. Skitterleaf right here. So we saw the desiccated ones earlier. They also just have the little green Skitterleaf right there. So here we go. Definitely getting their full usefulness out of a yellow Pikmin here, and they are. I mean, you can obviously throw them super high, but the resistance to electricity is going to have a lot to do, I think, with this level. They're also fast diggers, but hey, that aside. Now, we saw that little toy boat. I might just have to replay that, but yeah, that little toy boat's been in a lot of just the teaser imagery, the teaser trailers and things of Pikmin, so we were about to go see Moss up there with Olamin, Elmolamar, Olimar Leafling. Am I gonna have to say all three of those names every time? I'm not. You know, it's just me being whack, okay? But no, this journalist clearly, I bet that's one that Nintendo's like, don't show that off. Do not show it. So I bet, you know, again, we can never say for sure, but what we do know is they did not go see that battle, did not go do it, at least in this little playthrough video thing. It's beautiful though. I mean, again, just look at that scenery, you guys. I feel like it's gonna take me 20 days just to get through Blossoming Arcadia because I'm gonna be looking at all this stuff. I just want to stroll, but let's be real, you guys, I'm gonna be streaming Pikmin 4 on launch, and so probably people would abandon the stream quickly and I'd be too insecure to do that. So I'll have to do it on my own, just private playthrough of it all. I just want to look at it, man. Look at this. Also, the music, you guys, beautimous. And I've been singing this parody to myself and thinking someone needs to create a parody to that song Africa. You know, Weezer did it, but Toto originally. But call it Arcadia. And you guys know, of course, I did it.
Watch the blossoms fall in Arcadia.
I'm the parody master for anybody that knows me. So now we can finally see this, and this, the ring pop actually, being that we are now 2010 there in the top right on our Sparklium amount, it is very likely that the ring pop was the next thing they got, and we saw that it was deposited, and wasn't it 2030 earlier on our Sparklium amount? So, my fellow non-math people, easy math for us, right? 20 Sparklium. And again, if you can, try to charge those baby Snagrits, man. I think just a nice charge with a decent squad of Pikmin just brings them down really easily. They're gonna get some treasure right away with that fruit. We're at 2230 right here. So that was a nice 60 Sparklium, and we also saw and can confirm that is part of a series. So you guys know how a lot of the treasure, you know, it's kind of like a set, a series. And so we see some wild blues actually right there because they're not part of our squad yet, but also they are not like dying. So, you know, the wild Pikmin, they just fight and fight and fight and fight and fight until you actually go over there and recruit them. So here we go. We're getting some wild blue Pikmin here in the caves. So again, kudos to you guys if you did it in the demo like myself, and if you didn't, you could go back. You can either delete your save, start a new file, whatever you want to do, but I do have a video on how to get the blue onion, and even if it gets stuck in the water. Yeah, some people were getting their onion stuck. Others were like, how the heck did you do that? And I'm like, hey, I don't ask how, I just try to help people, you know? So I actually had to work hard to replicate it in my second file on the demo. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Look at this. Ochi's going to jump and actually hit the water. We're going to see a ton of petals. The Pikmin, it's just chaos, right? Such a small little jump. Ochi should have done that, right? But no. Here's another thing that this person didn't do, or the Nintendo employees handed them a file like this. Either way, this person's Ochi doesn't know how to swim yet. That is the only thing I can imagine happened right there, unless there's some kind of major glitch. Also, falling skitter leaves now, you guys. And look at that. You can rush them with Ochi right here. That's something I actually didn't even really think was going to be possible. He'll just go right through them, but it makes perfect sense, right? They're just little leaves. One Pikmin each on the strength, and you could just straight up rush them with Ochi and go through all of them, man. At least most of them. But like I was saying, that is something you can trigger in your demo, though, is what I was going to mention, was the Ochi swimming. So that might be another good thing to try to do. Again, if you still have yet to play the demo or you want to make a new file, you can do this stuff pretty quick. Like the demo you can take, you know, a billion days to finish it if you want to, like most of us did. We stretched out that demo, but you could also do it pretty quick, you know, especially now if you've played it once over or something, you probably know what to do and, you know, where to get everything, I'm sure, as you've been waiting for Pikmin 4 like me, huh? So maybe go back if you haven't yet, and it might be a nice thing just to have Ochi's swimming ability as well. So we do see there's another cave entrance here amongst all of those jars. You know, those can be broken with Ochi's rush right here. Didn't have a whole lot of Pikmin in that squad, so they're gonna lose them to that baby Snagrit, and then we cut away once again. And so, unfortunate, eh? The yellow Wollywog is up in here. It's about to go down. Yep, good job. So you're gonna need ice, of course, to freeze that body of water right here. Gotta see if they're gonna show that to us so we can determine how many this is, just as kind of a little nice preview for us, right? They've only got 4 ice Pikmin, so man, you might want to come stacked when you're in these caves, okay? Because I doubt it's just gonna take 4. But no, they go away from that body of water. water, so that is a negative. And beyond that, this is going to get interesting, you guys. I have seen this part at least close to it. Oh, no, this isn't it yet. Okay, there's something coming, okay? But look at our Sparklium. We're now at 2564. As I say, we're jumping all over the place and everything out of order. They're back in this cave, though. They were in here earlier, at least as part of this footage here from the gameplay from IGN. Again, thanks to them. Link will be everywhere. I'm not just trying to blatantly steal their stuff. We're trying to use it for educational purposes, okay? Commentary purposes, climbing, stick, extended. So if you don't have ice Pikmin, it looks like you can just go around. So what I was saying before could just be another negative. You might not need the ice Pikmin here as a requirement, at least. But get you through faster, huh? So 2 Pikmin on that card right there, the Nintendo trading cards and stuff. The beautiful cards. We've already gotten, actually, wasn't it 2 of them in the Pikmin 4 demo? So, you guys, we're going to finish those cards quick, I feel like. The whole set. But yep, you can actually see right here, they don't have any of the cards collected. So again, that makes me wonder, it's like, is this a file that doesn't have the demo? Again, like it was made for this kind of press junket maybe for IGN specifically. And they just sort of plopped them down here on Blossoming Arcadia without really any knowledge of what would have happened before, because the Ochi can't swim. But hey, we've got a, whoa, gonna have a Dweevil, right, you guys? It's gonna fall right down on him. It doesn't have a bell to hide in, so this is what the spider is gonna do. It's gonna electrify. So obviously you need your yellow Pikmin homies, so they're gonna go ahead and take it out. Took a decent chunk of them. I mean, look at this dude. Whoever's playing this, dude or woman, I'm sorry, could be a not dude. Of course, oh my gosh, so another one comes down as you're trying to get the castaway. Holy, Ochi's gonna get shocked right here. I mean, look at this, just chaos. So yeah, anybody that wanted those kind of Pikmin mechanics of old, maybe, you know, you're gonna be happy, I guess. Even though it's a little jump scary, eh? But hey, that's kind of cool. So you're gonna pull out the potted plant on this part right here. Potted plant has been dug up, and so they are, okay, I was like, are they going to advance? They got onto Ochi, and here we go. So this is it at 2834 Sparklium right now, but look, they're heading towards that nectar, and it was baited, right? You get baited out there. They think, hey, that's just some calm, easy nectar. Now this, I believe that this is somewhat of a spoiler for this thing's name, so I guess if you're not looking for spoilers beyond, well, you probably wouldn't be watching this gameplay, right? So hey, anyway, you're probably resistant, but if you want to know the name of this, potentially, I've just seen this in comments. Maybe people are joking because it sounds funny, but Foolix? You guys, is this the Foolix? That does sound like a fake name, to be honest, but it could be. It could, because like it's fooling you to think that it's a nectar, right? So it fools you. So I don't know. Maybe that's not. Dr. Kendo just getting it as we're talking, right? That was the interesting thing, is this person only has 4 ice Pikmin. Look at how effective they are, even inside right there at freezing this. You know, that freeze happened pretty quickly. So yeah, he's like, they're frozen in there. But yeah, that was a good strategy. Maybe someone was telling this journalist person, or they just knew. So good on them either way to rush after it was frozen. And again, only 4 ice Pikmin actually did a good job right here. So yeah, wonderful job. Is there a way to remove its inner core? Well, it looks like you gotta throw all those Pikmin like they're doing right here on that tail and just start pulling. So yep, there it is, you guys. Wonderful job again to this person. They're gonna charge it. Go ahead and use the rush. Wonderful tactic, I would say. This thing is freaky, man. Look at that tail. So I think you guys know how to beat it at this point, right? Just watch out when it does that. It gives you pretty fair warning and lots of time. Yeah, that's probably the strategy, you know. Just go ahead, throw your ice homies in there and then try to get the tail. This person's throwing the ice and then like waiting for them to do it, and then they called them out. So I don't know if they're just trying not to show us something. We'll see if they actually defeat this. But you guys, like I was saying, you could just like go ahead, throw your ice. They'll do their job, but simultaneously you could just be sending the rest of your Pikmin as long as you have 15, right? That's what's required to actually pull on the tail like that, and boom, they do defeat it, and there is another castaway. Our NPC homies, the gate is now open. You had to defeat that potential Foolix. That lowers the gate right here, and look at this creepy mask, you guys. It takes 12, and so you can pick that up for some more Sparklium, of course, before we get on out of here. Very creepy. That's what I think. Just as we make the cut, I can slow it down or freeze frame, but it says electric gate demolished, but also it says misshapen pond, and it's got a number 3, so this is like, you know, they do pretty good at numbering these in the order that, I guess, from where you start to how far off they are and stuff, like kind of on a general path. So that being the third one, you can kind of just imagine, you know, we're somewhat midway. This is after we've gotten the ring pop, presumably, because we're at 2050 right here. Again, on the Sparklium is what I mean. So it's like you think, is this somewhat early on? But you obviously see the days counter right there. And it looks like it's like almost the end of the day, right? So I think this demo not only just kind of jumps around in general, but I think even jumps around in days, right? So that's something else we can tell. There's all these little tires that are different colors and stuff. Isn't that like usually at like a playground or some kind of more children's theme, just to sort of create a border, say, for like a sandbox or a playground and stuff? So yeah, you can kind of get a sense for this. And someone in the comments even, this is like almost creepy level that I'm doing here. They were like, this stage, this area reminds me of when where my dad would take me to a park when I was a kid. And I was like, wow, I did not have cherry blossoms anywhere where I've lived, you guys. They're just in like certain areas of the world, you know? I know a lot of people associate them with like Japan and stuff, but even, for instance, like Washington, D.C. in the United States, like, okay, let's kind of focus out here, because you saw right on the rush. It's interesting because, again, the rush didn't knock it out of it, but this octopus, this little treasure right here, came out. Pikmin people better than I are gonna know what that thing's called, I'm assuming, unless it's new to Pikmin 4, but yeah, it kind of looks like a tusked blowhog, but like anteater style. Big snout, but yeah, it shoots out the little octopus treasure when it's doing its sort of basic attack, like shaking off the Pikmin and throwing them forward. So obviously we can see the day is getting close to being over here, at least on this particular day. I think there's going to be another cut, though. It might be a new day. We'll have to look. We'll see. But anyway, they're sort of cutting it kind of close here at the end of this day, because you can see they are trying to get these raw materials, and that's cool. You know, make the best that you can out of this when you're in the red still. If you don't have that 10-second countdown, man, go for it. Little Octopus is a set. It's a series. Gonna be more treasure like it. But now we are getting close. Yes, there we go. We got the countdown here for 10 seconds. There are 10 Pikmin still going off. This is all right. It's okay. They'll make it back, but maybe these last ones, I don't know. It's a little stressful, right? We'll have to see what they do. 5 seconds, man. They can make that, right? They just have to get within... Oh, okay. They're going to call them back anyway. Better safe than sorry, maybe? Just to get 2 raw materials or whatever. 2 more. So, hey, there you go. At 1, we've saved all of the Pikmin, man. We got 2090 on our final Sparklium totals. And would you look at that? Wonderful. Once again, thanks to IGN for this footage, but you guys, please click an end screen on screen if you want to see some more of our Pikmin 4 analysis that came before this. I will be live on launch day. Thanks for viewing.
Watch the blossoms fall in Arcadia. I can take a stroll